Ah, the chocolate bar. Uh-huh. Well, we're in the past, are we? Yep, still following Mikkel. Yeah, the eeriness of it's the same, but it feels different.
Mama?
Oh, that's not.
What? Wer sind Sie? Weißt du, wo er ist?
Oh man. Past and present. This music.
Ines, kannst du heute auch die Nachtschicht machen? Frau Schüttlers Tochter hat Fieber und ich muss den Benny um 6 zum Fußball fahren. Ich dachte nur, du hast ja keine Familie. Ja, so wollte ich das jetzt nicht sagen. Ist kein Problem.
Und versiegelt.
Danke.
The grandma, right? And who is this supposed to be? The bird again. Past and future, all the same. Takes the bird with her. Interesting. Oh, the 80s vibe. The school hasn't changed though. Color scheme remains the same. Maybe not as bright yellow as it used to.
Mensch, Hannah, du bist so alt wie der Wald.
Hannah. Oh man, poor Mikkel. Like, and we cut to the present. Oh no, we're still in the past. Man, that factory does not change at all.
Ich wollte... Glückwunsch.
Danke.
Ich habe immer gewusst, dass aus dem mal was wird.
Helge.
Helga, yeah, the face.
Das ist ein Buch.
Danke.
What is that book? Is it the book that the stranger had?
Vor 6 wollte ich die
Oh,
Viecher
no future. Oh. Whoa. Birds in the present,
füttern. Er tötete einfach 33 Schafe.
sheeps in the past. 33. Oh. A sacrifice needs to be made. I talked about this.
Markus Evangelium 1333.
Wusste gar nicht, dass Sie Kirchgänger sind.
Bringing back some of the religious aspect of it again.
Frau Tiedemann, Tronte Nielsen vom Tagesanzeiger ist da. Wegen dem Interview. Und hier sind die Werte 86 und...
Tronte Nielsen.
Ich kann es immer noch nicht fassen, dass wir eine Frau im Chefsessel haben.
It's progress.
Ich will zu meinem Vater. Ulrich Nielsen?
Ulrich Nielsen? Der Ulrich Nielsen?
Arbeitet der denn nicht hier?
Nein.
Well, the future has something to say about that.
Du sagst mir jetzt, wie deine Eltern wirklich heißen?
Ja, jetzt
Dann
hab ich-
bring ich dich nach Hause.
It's having a hard time to believe, yeah.
Welcher Tag ist heute?
5. November
What year?
Welches Jahr?
Yep.
1986.
Calm down, Mikkel, calm down. He's gonna have a heart attack after this. Oh, there's that music again.
Sich um das zu kümmern. Und ich kümmere mich in der Zeit um Ulrich.
Ah, man. I guess Ulrich's a well-known troublemaker in the past. That's why we have these assumptions. Tronte?
Ein Interview? Ist es dein Ernst, Tronte?
Tronte. Oh, lovely. Lovely. Look at that.
Ich vermisse dich.
Oh.
Ich dachte, wir haben das geklärt.
Hmm. Both has their wedding rings. Oh. Who is he calling?
Kein Anschluss unter dieser Nummer.
Trying to call his, his actual dad or mom or anybody, I guess. Okay. Mikkel's a smart lad. He can figure it out. Yeah, the photo. Yeah, he's connecting the dots. He's connecting the dots.
Aber du kannst doch gerne einfach Ines zu mir sagen.
Mikkel is he is 100% Mikhail. Come on, he is 100% Mikhail. I'm doubling down on that theory. Like with this interaction, like, come on, he's gotta be. Which means the stranger is Jonas. Unless we actually see Mikhail in this timeline, then that theory is gone. But since we're not really seeing him, then yeah. The figures. No future. So he was the one who... He's closing himself in, right? He... Trying to box himself. Isolating himself, not wanting to, you know... To deal with the struggles of the real world on the outside. Typical behavior, understandably so.
Und deinen Namen, den willst du uns auch immer noch nicht verraten?
Name... Mikhail, come on. We've seen that photo in the first episode, right? With all of the others being connected.
Es gibt Dinge, die lohnt es sich zu wissen, und es gibt Dinge, die lohnt es sich nicht zu wissen. Weil man sie ohnehin
wheelchair as well.
Was ist es?
Und was kann so eine Panik auslösen?
Alles Mögliche.
Auch ein Mensch?
Ein einzelner Mensch?
No.
Solange er nicht Freddy Krüger ist.
Yeah. It's so much more.
Ich meine, fehlte dir mein Ruf?
Trying to find blame on Ulrich, obviously to no avail. They're all as God intended them to be.
Sehr seltsam.
Something about their brain?
Die Trommelfelle sind geplatzt.
The eardrums, of course. Okay. Coming into the forest.
Was wir wissen, ist ein Tropfen. Was wir nicht wissen, ein Ozean.
Great analogy. Venture into the unknown. Vast and mysterious. Where have I seen that actor before? I feel like I've seen that actor before. The cave in the opening. Cross necklace. Oh, those look in his eyes. I feel like he knows he's never coming back.
Ich komme aus der Zukunft.
The music ramping up as well. Oh man. Meanwhile, like exploring a different section of the cave system, right? Nuclear? Yeah. Nuclear waste. I'm surprised she's not wearing like any protective suits or whatever, but okay. Cutting. Oh, that sound was diegetic. The lights as well. Whoa. Dude, you better go. find some cover, dude. Yeah, get back to your car. Is somebody also coming in from the Yeah. Past and future, it's all the same. Oh! Beautiful shot there. The isolated loneliness.
Hey Ulrich.
He thinks that this will take him back to the future. Ah, the lighter that he brought. The small glimmer of hope.
Wenn die Welt heute ausgelöscht wird und alles neu beginnt, was würdest du dir wünschen?
Ganz klar. Eine Welt ohne Winden.
Careful what you wish for. Oh! Oh, wow! Past and future. What's the book? What's the book? It is the book! Okay. This is incredible. This is incredible. Both looking sideways. Oh man, this cinematography and the editing. This is beautiful. He's going into the cave. He's going into the cave. He's gonna try to open the door. All on his own. Remember, there's a drop. There's a drop there. Don't. Be careful now. Damn it. Ooh. What the fuck? The gate is open. The wormhole gate is open at this point. That's why they were able to connect. Love this. That tiny flame. Oh wow, past and future. Oh my god, this is amazing! Now I can feel like the desperation in both of them. As if all hope is lost. Who's this? Is this the scientist? Oh, he's building the— oh! And there you have it, folks. Like, at this point, I don't think it's much of a mystery anymore. Mikkel is Mikhail. Mikhail. How do you actually pronounce Mikhail? Mikhail? Because it's not Michael. I think Mikhail is the correct pronunciation. Although I've been calling him Mikhail this entire time, like a hard K. But I feel like it's like a Mikhail. I don't know. Just let me know in the comments down below. I'm probably gonna get the pronunciation right by episode 6 or 7, depending on when this video actually gets released and when I'm actually recording things. But anyways, boy, I am just so glad that the first theory that I had in episode 1, where I was like, maybe Mikkel is actually Mikhail because of the way the scene was going and the way Mikkel disappears and then Mikhail's spirit disappears. I don't know. It's kind of coincidental. At this point, it's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious, right? So, holy shit! I guess it's the thought of what is it like the fact that the show has finally given me like enough I guess ideas and breadcrumbs to, you know, have this be the case. And again, like I could actually just be huffing whatever weird substance that I'm currently having and think that I am right, but then actually the show pulls a twisteroonie and it turns out, nope, Mikhail actually exists. But I believe, and if I remember correctly, they did mention that, what was her name? Ines, right? She doesn't really have any family whatsoever. So it's kind of, come on. Like, at this point, I would be surprised if Mikkel is not Mikhail. And speaking of Mikkel actually being Mikhail, that kind of puts one other theory in question, and that is the identity of the stranger. And I was talking in episode 2, right, how the stranger could be either Mikkel or actually Jonas. And since now I have like almost full confirmation that Mikkel is actually Mikhail, I feel like the stranger is probably gonna be Jonas at this point. I mean, the way they were, you know, again, like in my discussion for episode 2, the way they cut back and forth between the stranger and Jonas. Also the fact that how I predicted that Jonas is probably gonna go into the cave, you know, using the map and then going back in time, and then also being stuck back in time just like Mikkel, and then now he is in the future. Then, which means Mikkel being Jonas' son, which means Ulrich was screwing his son's wife. I love this show. I love this show. It's the familial dynamics between all of these. I guess the three major families, right? We got the Tiedemanns, we got the Conwells, and what was the other one again? Nielsen, right? Ulrich Nielsen, the Nielsens, the Conwell, and the Tiedemanns for now, right? The main three families. No, wait, actually, there's four. Actually, we got the stuff with Helge and everybody else, the Dopplers. I was gonna make a interesting connection of like three main families, the Trinity and all, but since there's four, well, no, actually that makes a lot of sense actually, because the Trinity forms four different spaces, right? You got the three triangles, and then you got one in the middle, right? So yeah, it actually makes perfect sense. Trinity, four main shapes, four main families, and all of them are connected. And the way each of these families, you know, from past, future, present generations have a thing with one another, like this family tree that kind of goes like, I don't know, but it's very interesting to see like the dynamics from like what we see in the present and how it is mirrored in the past, but not by the same people, but from like the other family members, you know, like in this episode how let me see if I can find it. Like in this episode, I think right here, right? Tronte being with Claudia, I think was her name. Yeah, Claudia. Like, this mirrors a lot of Ulrich and Hannah, right? This kind of love interest of, you know, this affair right? And Tronte being Ulrich's father just kind of makes it more yeah. There's definitely some similarities here. There's definitely some similarities. Although looking back at episode 2 and the dynamic between Ulrich and Hannah in that episode, it does portray Hannah as the one who is pushing towards Ulrich, right? She is the one who wants to meet him. She was the one who wants to see him, wants to kiss him, and when she does, Ulrich's like, no, not now. Now is not the time, right? So while it is paralleling those dynamics, and while Tronte is Ulrich's father, here Ulrich is kind of acting more like Hannah in this situation, right? He is the one who is pushing it towards Claudia. So while again, like, there are some parallels, there are some similarities, but it's again not from like the same different people, nor is it from like the same family branch, if you will. You know, like, you would think that like father like son, but I don't think this is the case here. Yes, similar situation, but you know, he is the one who is going for Claudia, and in the future it's actually Hannah who is going for Ulrich, and especially in this situation, where is it, during this scene again, like, it's clear that Hannah already has a thing for Ulrich since the past, like since this moment right here. So this isn't like the assumption that I had in the first episode, where Hannah wants to be with Ulrich because ever since Mikhail dies, right? Ever since Mikhail passed away. But it does seem like this is something that she always wanted from the very beginning. And now that Mikhail has passed away, this kind of presents an opportunity for her, which kind of speaks into question about her loyalty and why she chose to be with Mikhail in the first place. Which, again, the family photo of that is also questionable, because one, the grandma, who is Ines, isn't really, she's not really Mikhail's mother, and then Mikhail's the only one who isn't smiling in that photo, and granted, I can see why he isn't smiling. It's like, fuck, I screw this person, and now my son is going to be my friend in the future. Fuck. Like I can see why Mikhail would feel that way. But yeah, this whole situation between Ulrich and Hannah has always been a thing in the very beginning. I would say Ulrich is, I don't want to say oblivious to it, but chooses to ignore it because he is with Katarina at this point in time, and then Hannah is kind of like trying to be with Ulrich despite knowing that this is the case. But again, like as the future or the present in this case has shown, the things has definitely changed. This is kind of heartbreaking because, like, seeing, now that I'm looking at Mikkel again in this shot, and then remembering how Mads looks like, they're kind of similar. Like, there's some similarities, and to be fair, yeah, no wonder they're similar, right? They're supposed to be, related by blood, right? It's genetics, right? Sometimes you look like a mother, sometimes you look like a father. Yeah. No wonder she looks at him and asks for, like, the possibility of, is this Mads? Where's Mads? Where's my boy? Where's my son? And you can feel just how hurt she is at this point, and it's been a while as well, ever since the disappearance of Mads, and he's kept that, and she's kept that, to the present, right, to the future. But then enter Ines. Ines Kahnwald. What does she know that we do not? What is inside the letter of the box? All of the mysteries that I want to be answered. And this is Charlotte, right? And the fact that the birds were already it recontextualizes the ending scene of episode 2, right? By the end of this, where we cut back and forth between the past and the present, and how we see where is it? Here, right? How she realizes that the exact same event that happened like 30 years ago is happening again. And I do love this exact shot where 2 different versions of Charlotte is looking at the opposite direction. I love that. I love that. I mean, this entire sequence is already great as well, but I'm getting ahead of myself. School remains the same. Like again, it's the eeriness, it's the creepy vibe of like it's the same, but it's different, right? Like it's the same vibe, right? The missing poster signs, the fact that the school remain the same for like 33 years, right? Maybe a bit brighter in the future, right? I think it's a lot more yellow in the future, but either way, like the vibes are still the same, but it's also different. It's this eeriness. It's like this. It's like looking at a carbon copy that is exactly the same as the original, but you know something's wrong. You know something's not right, but it's all the same, and it's this weird feeling that you have. It's I love it though. I love it, especially when it comes to, you know, in context of like Mikkel's situation. I could not imagine what is going on inside his head right now, because it's like I'm in the same place, I'm in the same area, I'm in the same school, like I know this place. Why do I feel like I'm being left out, right? Oh, this poor kid. Looking at his future wife. I wonder how this happens now that I'm thinking about it, because Mikkel is younger than Hannah at this point, right? Like he is definitely younger. So how did they become a thing? Like how did that happen? I don't know. Oh, so many questions. So many questions. I do love the fact that the shot of the power plant in the past and in the future almost feels the same. Like I thought we were cutting back into the future at this point. Like, oh, the power plant. Obviously, it looks like the shot from like from the present or the future at this point. So it must be the future. Nope, it's still the past. Kind of goes how stagnant the whole place is, right? It's kind of like this time capsule, right? This place in time that is exactly the same from beginning to end. Like there's no change in the scenery whatsoever, at least from my memory, right? Like it looks the same. I don't think there's any major difference between the past and the present. And then of course, Helge. Curious to know how Helge became the Helge that, you know, that we saw in episodes 1 and 2, right? Like what happened to him? And more importantly, he is the one who gave her the book, right? This book right here in his pocket. Why does he have this book? Like, what is up with that? Why does he have the book? He has the book. He gives it to Claudia. And then Claudia's daughter, Regina, is gonna run a hotel. and then the stranger, and I'm going to refer to the stranger as Jonas because I'm pretty confident in that theory, and then Jonas is gonna come in, takes a room, pulls out the book as well. It's the same book. How did Jonas... Well, I mean, to be fair, there's probably multiple publications of that book, but like, the fact that it is the same book, I almost want to say that it is exactly the same physical book. Like, the book that the stranger had is this exact book. No future. Love this shot. I think I said this in the reaction, but I do think that Ulrich was the one who wrote this, because we saw this exact same wording in his room, right? In here, over here, right? No future. Screw Winden. What game is he playing, by the way? I want to know. I don't know what game it is. Shit, I'm not old. I'm not old, but I played my fair share of older games before in my dad's computer. I don't know this game. I don't know this game at all, unfortunately. I'm sure there's a thematic, symbolic relationship with this game and the show, but I don't know what game it is. Let me know in the comments if you do know. Also, going back to the sheep shot right here, like, what are these black dots? Like, what are these black spots here? Are these just normal, or are these like the black liquid that we saw in Jonas's dream? But I don't think it is, because like the sheeps are so stretched out. Like if these black spots are like near the sheeps, then I can kind of theorize that it is those black liquids, but I don't know. Maybe they're just a patch of land and there's no like grass at all. I don't know. I just find it weird that this side of the grass is like perfectly fine, and then over here we see like a bunch of these like black spots. I don't know. And also, while we are still here in this shot, right? 33 sheeps, right? 33 years. I mentioned this in the reaction, but I guess I didn't really further elaborate, but there's some like sacrificial shenanigans going on here in how one would travel between space and time. I don't know, it kind of feels like 33 beings are being sacrificed, in this case sheeps, right, to travel 33 years. I don't know, I feel like there's some law of equivalent exchange or whatever is going on in this scenario. I don't know. It doesn't explain the birds though. I feel like there's way too many birds to be like 33 birds or whatever. Like there's clearly more. But something is definitely going on, which this again ties back to like the experiment that the hooded figure was doing towards Eric in episode 1 and 2, right? And the fact that he passed away, and I guess by extension Mads as well. Like, what is their purpose? Why are they doing this to them? And more importantly, why did Mads get sent to the future, or to the present in this case, right? Again, it's kind of like you have to kill one person, and then in order for the other person to go back in time, and then the dead person replaces them. Is that what's going on here? I don't know. It kind of feels like it is. And my earphones got out of my ear again. But I feel like that's the case here. I feel like there's some exchange going on how the time travel works. But speaking of how the time travel works, let's jump back into the ending sequence right here. What is going on here? So, past Mikkel, present or future Ulrich, are able to somehow connect, right? Faintly, but it shows that the portal, the gateway of the wormhole is kind of open at that point, which enables their, I guess, voice be heard by the other through space and time. But how did that happen? What is going on? Like I want to know if this is a one-time thing, once every 33 years, or if it's once every 33 years, but during that specific moment, multiple people can actually go back and forth from the past and the future. Like, I don't know. I'm into this. I am interested. I want to know the mystery behind this cave. And I do love this specific shot of like the cave and how both of them got out of it, sits down, just, I love this. I love the way they're editing this. It is so good, and it just bridges the past and the future in a simple way while also showing like the emotional connection and weight, and also like showing how close they are on screen but how far they are in actuality. It's so good. It is so good. I love this. And I guess the biggest mystery of this episode so far is I guess the final scene of the episode. That is the device. That is the device that the stranger was using, right? And this is the scientist that was in the television, right? And I'm going to assume the author of the book, right? A Journey Through Time. So why is he making this, and what is he actually making, right? What is actually that device? Is this actually like a time machine, or is it something else? Is it something more, right? I love the design of it though. It feels very old and retro, and you know, just like, you know, a product of its time. All of the gears, all of the time. Some of these are definitely symbolic of things, right? You got numbers here, some circles here. I wonder if this is going to correlate to some of the symbols that we saw in episode 2, right? With the stranger looking at it. Not enough info though. Not enough info. So if this device is being created by the scientist, then the stranger has definitely went back I guess went back in time, talked to the scientist, used the device, and then travels through space and time. Which, okay, if that is the case, then I guess the stranger isn't. I guess I don't think the stranger is necessarily Jonas at that point, because if this is a time machine, right? If I were to assume that this device that has a lot of timey-wimey wumbo-jumbo in it is actually a time machine, and you can use it to actually go through space and time without actually using the cave and get stuck in that timeline, then I guess the stranger could actually be somebody else. But I'm still confident with my theory that the stranger is actually Jonas. But it just kind of goes to show, like, there's this level of mystery and uncertainty that, you know, not everything may be what it seems, right? Still don't know what this is though. Still don't know. Early assumption, time machine. But it could be something else. What do you know that we do not? What are you hiding? What are you hiding? What if the scientist is actually somebody that we do know? Like, what if the scientist is actually somebody from the future, and then they went further back in time, and that's why they're old, and they're trying to make this time machine to get back into the present? Maybe, what if that is the case? What if that is the case? Like, at this point, we don't know. Like, at this point, every new character that we see has the potential to be somebody from the past or from the future, right? That's like the fun of the show. Like, every character that we see has the potential to be somebody that we know but it's just their future versions. What if the scientist is actually the narrator in episode 1, right? The narrator at the very beginning, who says that there's no past or future, like time is relative and all that stuff. Like, what if he is actually the narrator? I don't know. So many questions. So many things that I don't know the answers of. But at least at this point in the episode, I do have, like, I guess, pretty solid confirmation on, like, who is who, right? Mikkel, I'm fully confident is Mikhail at this point, especially with his interaction with Ines, right? Jonas being the stranger is probably the next mystery that I want to be answered, because it's one theory that I have that I think lines up pretty well, but at the same time there's like not enough information. Jonas has to go inside of the cave and travels back in time in order for that to happen, because otherwise that theory falls apart. The only reason why I am using that theory is through simple narrative plot beats that are predictable in that. Yeah, of course the main central character is gonna go back in time and whatever, and the way they, you know, the way the editing goes in episode 2 and whatever, but again, still, we don't know. I may look like a absolute buffoon and an idiot when it's revealed that the stranger is actually somebody else we don't know, but hey, maybe, right? Don't tell me if I'm right or wrong, by the way, in the comment section, you know. I know sometimes people are gonna go like, oh my god, I can't believe you're predicting this, and like that's kind of giving away spoilers. Like, telling me that I'm on the right track is almost spoiling me that what I am saying is right, and I kind of don't want that. Like, I don't know. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to I guess bounce between these, you know, because sometimes you may not necessarily want to spoil things, but other times, you know, you may inadvertently or accidentally spoil me by not actually trying to spoil me. I don't know. It's just one of those things. It's just one of those things. Anyways, thank you all so much for tuning in to Dark Season 1 Episode 3. This has been a fantastic ride. I've been enjoying the show a lot. Loving the discussion for Dark. It's one of my favorite discussions to have, especially because of the mystery aspect, because with most shows, my discussions are relatively confined within, you know, the context of the episode, but with a show like Dark, with a show that has this mystery element to it, I can theorize things, I can make crackpot theories and whatever, and that may or may not happen, that may or may not be the case, maybe it will happen, who knows, right? So it's fun. Overall, it's fun. I'm gonna look back at these videos, at these discussions, like in the future, and gonna see like how right or wrong I am. But either way, it's been great. Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, of course, you know, hit the like and share the video, perhaps. Let me know in the comments down below your opinions, your thoughts on my reaction and the episode itself without spoiling anything. Of course, I would like to hear your thoughts. Early access is available on the Patreon. Links are in the description below if you want to watch like the next episode early. There you go. And it also supports the channel. I think that's pretty much it for me. See you all next time for the next episode of Dark. Take care. Have a nice day. Peace.